Okay, so as you can kind of see here, I started with some fabric paint already, just kind of testing it, just making sure it was a practical idea, and I did around the edges a lot with a paint pen. I didn't like the consistency of it, so I stopped. You can see I tried to do the larger swatch, and it wasn't covering very well, so I just did the edges. And you can see some of the pink still in the middle spots, and that is what we are going to be fixing up today. So let me just turn this around and get set up. Well, let's try a take two because I wasn't recording apparently. So we're going to start over with the paint I'm using. It's the super opaque white from Jacquard. I got off of Amazon. Joann's had a very, very low selection, especially with the color range and as to what was there. There's a lot for the 3D puff paint, and I don't really need that for this. What I do is peel off the lid, and I'm just working off what was on the lid for right now. And what you're going to see me work on is just this first section, because you don't want to watch me do this whole thing. So let me keep going, and we'll finish it up. As I tried to say on my first take that really didn't take, was that I do like how opaque this is. It is really covering everything very, very well, and I'm just trying to get into all the little textures into it. The one thing you're definitely going to want to do in a case of bleeding is check your threads. Where the stitch line is, a lot of the bleeding seems to retain itself. So I'm definitely going to go back and cover all of that. And right now I'm just trying to kind of go over everything. I tried earlier to use a white paint pen with some level of success. It did small areas very, very well, but when trying to do these larger swatches, it just wasn't cutting it. I like the precision of it, but it wasn't covering anything. So I ended up getting these paint jars anyway. I did get a little bit of the bleach in blue, which is kind of why I ended up going the paint route. And this is going in fairly decently. And so I'm just going to pause the video, and I will pick up when I have this section done, and you can see it compared to the next one over that still has some pink in it. And here we are. You can kind of see hopefully a little bit of the pink, because it does show up fairly faint on camera, but you can still see a little bit in the middle there where the pink is. And now on the left we have one that we completely painted up, so now it is all more or less a nice even color. And then over here you can see in comparison where I did the edges the other day compared to the middle that is untreated. So as you can see, fabric paint is a very viable asset when you accidentally have color bleed. So I hope that helped anybody, and if you have any questions, just leave it down below. You made it to the end! Hooray! And this is where I'm inserting the obligatory like, share, and subscribe. And if you don't mind, leave a comment below. And I will see you in the next video. Or you'll see me. You know what I mean.